Namaste everyone. All of us know that our environment has an impact on our lives. And I'm sure that you also once experienced a kind of discomfort in some places, when in others you felt relaxed and good. And sometimes we come to a new place and our sleep is terrible there, or we move to a new house and our life starts to change. But everything is much more serious than just moods or feelings. Our houses have an impact on all aspects of our being: relationship, health, wealth, stability, kids, career, you name it. And so that you will understand how it affects us, I want to show you this. Here is the house plan of my client Daria, and had one problem that she didn't know how to solve. She constantly had fights with her husband. It was very painful for both of them, and they tried to go to psychologists, couples therapy, but none of this helped. They were coming back home and having these fights again and again. And so how our house can be connected to fights and arguments in family? Can it cause the fights? The answer is yes. When we were checking the plan of the house during an energy diagnosis, it turned out that her working table was in the heart zone of the house. And soon I will help you to understand the energy zones of the house. But this heart zone in every home is very crucial and has particularly strong vibrations. And the problem with this zone is that everything that goes there becomes the first priority, and it creates imbalance in life. Yes, for example, if you have overweight or food disorders, the reason for that can be location of the kitchen or the fridge in the central zone. And if a person has his working place in this zone, it becomes the first priority in life, and they become blind to others, a crazy workaholic, forgetting about the balance of other things in life. And yes, Daria had her desktop exactly in this zone. She was an architect and was working in one of the leading offices. And as we saw this, Daria realized that all the fights were really because of her work. She was so passionate about it that the husband felt abandoned. And the first thing we did, we moved the table and her chair out of this zone. And the same day we did this, Daria felt relief, like something became more balanced. The same day they didn't have fight, and something became better. And as the situation in the family became better, she started to realize that the first priority must be family. So this is Vastu Shastra, the ancient Indian science of house design according to the forces of nature. And Vastu teaches us that beyond the walls, windows, furniture, and all the objects we used to see and touch, there are frequencies, vibrations, and energy flows we can see, but there are those which have a serious impact on all aspects of our lives. And every house has its energy structure, which consists of energy zones, each with different frequencies, energy flows of the universe, energy centers, and small energy zones. And if we know how to tune in with all these, we can make it work for us and not against us. Soon I will teach you how to check the energy at your home, but before we need to understand a few things and how it works. So this is what Vastu teaches us, and I give it to you in very simple words on the tip of a fork. I'm continuing the lineage of the famous Indian hereditary architect Dr. Ganapati Stapati. I learned from his disciple and fellow and a member of his trust, Mandodari. And I still didn't introduce myself. My name is Maayan Ben Dov, or Durga, and I'm an architect by profession with 15 years of experience, again from working in leading architectural offices in Israel, as well as being independent architect and interior designer specializing in private housing. And for the last 5 years, I've been focusing on Vastu Shastra. I discovered Vastu through my yoga practice. I'm also a certified yoga master by the International Shivananda Organization. And in addition to design work, my life for the past 13 years has been dedicated to yoga, meditation, yoga philosophy, and pranayama. And these things were so balancing me, so healing. And they're all parts of one great ancient knowledge, Vedic knowledge. Yoga, meditation, also Ayurveda and Jyotish. And Vastu is also a part of this great knowledge. And the purpose of this knowledge is to bring harmony to our lives. And just as yoga teaches us how to achieve harmony through work with the body and mind, Vastu shows us how to bring harmony to our lives through proper spiritual organization. And yoga is very popular now, but 70 years back almost nobody had heard about this. And Vastu had only started to gain popularity outside of India in the last 20 years, and still not many have heard about this. But I believe that in 10-20 years, Vastu will become an inseparable part of our routine, just like yoga. And I see my mission to bridge the gap between this great Vedic knowledge and our modern life, because I believe that is exactly what we lack in the West with our superficial physical approach to things. We live in an artificial world, disconnected from nature and ourselves, where stress, anxiety, depression, and diseases have become the norm in our society. And yoga, Vastu, and Vedic knowledge teach us how to connect to the nature around us and within us. So, Vastu is telling us that nature has laws, both inside and outside, and if we understand these laws, we will be able to tune in with them so that they will work for us and not against us. And before we start checking the energies in our home, let's see what they are. Every structure begins from a center. Then it extends to 4 basic directions. And everything is made up of 5 main energies, 5 elements, according to the yoga philosophy. So here are our starting points. Everything has a center. All the life creatures have a heart. Planet Earth has a core. All plants grow from the center. This is the most important thing. And your house also has a center, like your heart. You already saw this in the case of the house before. And in addition to the center, there are 4 directions: east, west, north, and south. And many processes in our life are connected to them. Earth's rotation axis, Earth's poles, the sun, the moon, water rotation in the oceans. And the energy structure of our house is also connected to these processes, natural processes. And also everything consists of 5 elements, of 5 energies according to yoga philosophy: fire, water, air, earth, and empty space. And they present in everything as well in our house as different frequencies and vibrancies that now we are going to check. So let's see how all this appears in our house and what it means. As I mentioned, the 4 basic directions are important, and many processes in nature and energy depend on them. We will need to check how the house is aligned to them. And there are 2 ways to check this alignment in your home. First is Google Maps and with compass. So let's start with Google Maps. First, open the Google Maps application and enter your address. And find your house, and if it's an apartment, locate the apartment within the building. And now look at the map. North direction is always up, south is down, east to the right, and west to the left in the northern hemisphere. And check which direction the house windows are facing. For example, in the case of my client here, the windows were facing west and south, and the building was not aligned to the cardinal directions. You see, it was located diagonally. And in another house, a private house, it was aligned to the cardinal directions, and the windows were facing all the directions. And why are these alignments and the windows are important? Because there are energy flows that move in reference to the directions. One flows from north and another from east. And by the way, do you know that when yogis are sitting for meditation, they are turning their faces to these directions, north or east? And this is because they are aware of the flows, and when they turn their faces to these directions, they are tuning in, like plugging into the energy forces, which supports their concentration and meditation. Try it. So the north and east, in the case of our house, provide inhale to the house space, while west and the south provide exhale. And when we have windows facing all directions, it means the energies can penetrate the house and fill its space, allowing the flow without being stuck. And these energy flows bring certain qualities. The flow from north is associated with abundance and physical health, and the flow from east with spiritual energy and knowledge. And we want these energies to enter our house and our life. And the more aligned we are with the basic directions and have windows, the more plugged in we are to the energy sources, helping all the processes in life go more smoothly. And if you use a smartphone with a compass app, ensure the compass is in geographic mode, not magnetic. You can attach the phone to a wall to see the direction of the red arrow, north, and how aligned it is to the basic directions. And the straighter it is, the more aligned it is. We can also go to different rooms and check which directions our windows are facing. And now that we have understood the alignment to the basic directions, let's check what are the frequencies inside of your house. Do you remember that everything consists of 5 elements? So these 5 elements are present in our house as 5 different energy zones. Imagine that your house is divided into 5 parts. Usually we need an architectural plan to determine them exactly, but we can also work with Google Maps or a compass just to understand it generally. And let's determine the zones in our house. The northeast zone of your house associated with the water element, southeast zone with fire, southwest with earth, northwest with air, and the central area with space, and this is the center of energy diffusion. And let's see what this means. Find the southeast area in your house. And as we said, there are 5 frequencies present there, and fire is something about lighting up, activity, transformation, right? So in the southeast part of your house, you get the frequencies of activity, heat. And if you want to be tuned in with these vibrations, means that the functions we locate in this corner must be connected to these active energies. Check what is located in this corner. Maybe kitchen. That's good, because the fire of the kitchen resonates with the vibrations of this corner and makes it balanced, which is reflecting in your life. But maybe you have a bathroom there that's about water, right? Or your working desk that is about trying to focus, or bedroom that is about to rest and sleep. And here, these activities are less resonating with active fire, and it means that conflicts may arise. It means fire, instead of warming and lighting up, may become uncontrollable and destroying, which will reflect in your life in a nervous, agitated mind, stress. For example, to locate there your bedroom and trying to sleep in this area may make your mind feel restless during the sleep, not allowing you to sleep well, and you will experience fatigue during the day. But, for example, if you sleep in the southwest part of the house, is good. Southwest has earth frequencies, and here your sleep will be deep and rejuvenating, because the vibrations of the earth element are resonating with the sleeping activity and resting, and these vibrations are grounding, slow and heavy. And now let's check what you have in the northwest area. Maybe bathroom, maybe kitchen, maybe kids' room, home office. Here in the northwest, the vibrations of air rule, and air is always about movement, spreading out. And for example, trying to work or focus when you are in this area may be challenging, as your mind may be distracted by many things. But making your workspace in the northeast corner, where the vibrations of the water element are present, can have a calming effect on you, supporting your focus and enhancing effectiveness. And the 5th energy zone in your house is the geometrical center. This is the most sacred place of the house where energy starts to spread out. Here, in addition of 4 basic directions, there are 2 more directions, down and up. Here, in this center, the energy from the cosmos meets the material energy of the earth, activating the vibrancies that are filling your house. Look what is located there, maybe wardrobe, bathroom. The central area can be compared to the pulsing heart. And the heart is so important, you know. Think what can happen if you block the heart. Do you remember that once all the houses were building around an open yard? This is exactly about giving the respect and space to this heart area so that this energy can pulse and spread out without disturbing. And to understand better how the energy zones work, I want to show you my clients' houses. Here in this house, we couldn't change the walls, but we moved the bed away from the fiery vibes, you see, and it had a positive impact on both their sleep and relationship. And after the change, the client telling that the sleep was improved, the relationship became closer.
חיכיתי מאוד כבר להיפגש איתך. עוד מהרגע שקניתי את הבית, ידעתי שאני לגמרי אחזור אלייך. בבית הקודם שלנו עשית לנו שינוי, הרבה דברים מדהימים פשוט קרו. זאת אומרת, היחסים עם הבן שלי השתפרו, כל מה שקשור ללימודים שלו הוא באמת השתנה ופתאום קרה משהו בבית. היחסים שלי עם בעלי מאוד התקרבו. אני חושבת שאחרייך באמת חזרתי הביתה, זאת אומרת, פתאום גיליתי את הבית, פתאום גיליתי את המשפחתיות, פתאום גיליתי את היופי, פשוט להיות בבית, פשוט להיות עם המשפחה.
And in this house, we positioned the furniture before my client moved in, tuning in with the frequencies inside as best as we could. And we considered the bedroom and kitchen locations, making sure not to block the central area, because the more we tune in with the energies inside of the house, the more positive impact we can have on our lives. For example, kitchen and cooking in the southeast location is perfect because it's about transformation, fire, and it makes the fire in your house balanced. And after my client moved in, she noticed that something became much more balanced in her life, and like a house was connecting between the family. Also, a lot of positive things started to happen in her life due to this balance. Unexpected income, good sleep, just feeling good there.
מעיין, אני רוצה לומר לך שוב תודה רבה על ייעוץ היוגה שעשינו בבית. אני בדיוק אחרי המעבר דירה, אני כל הזמן פותחת את המפה האנרגטית שהכנת לבית, כל הזמן משתמשת בה לקבלת החלטות בבית, לעיצוב. גם אני סוף סוף ישנה בלילה, אחרי הרבה מאוד שנים שמאוד התקשיתי. אני הולכת לישון בקלות ואני קמה בבוקר בקלות, וגם איכשהו פתאום שמתי לב שבתקופה הקצרה שאני כבר גרה בבית, איכשהו נכנסה לי ממקור לא צפוי עוד משכורת נוספת, וגם קיבלתי מתנות מאוד יקרות לבית החדש. ובעיקר הבית מאחד את כל המשפחה ומחזק את היחסים. ואני מודה לך מאוד מאוד על הזמן שלך ועל העבודה המקצועית שלך. ממש תודה רבה.
You know, the original Vastu intention is to create healing structures from scratch and to tune in perfectly with all the vibrancies around us, and which is perfect if you are going to build a house as we did here. Even if the plot is not aligned to the basic directions, we can plan the location of the house as aligned as possible. We also maximize the tuning with the forces of nature by locating our rooms in resonance with the vibrations, which will reflect in the flow in life, health, abundance, and harmony in all aspects. Actually, it's much more deeper than just 5 energy zones. There are also energy centers, energy flows, subzones, and we want to resonate with all, because our body is always in interaction with all these energies and flows. So there are vast ancient technologies that teach us how to perfectly tune with the energies, creating the most positive effect on all family members, and even accelerating the achievements of things we are interested in life, like a political career, creative activity, spiritual development, or business success. And so building the house is perfect, but even if right now we don't have the possibility to build from scratch, we can always change something in our house and tune in with the frequencies more. And as we saw, just moving the bed can make change in your sleep because you are moving from the active zone to grounding. Now we just had an introduction to the energies of your house and how it works. But as you understand, there is a whole science behind it. And to diagnose it more precisely, we need to work with your architectural plan. Because Vastu technology always works with the geometry, and on your house plan we can exactly see how the walls are located, how it aligned to the energy structure of your house, the flows, the directions, where is the center exactly, where the furniture is located. And this technology is called Vastu Purusha Mandala, and it helps, as well as create healing spaces from scratch, to diagnose the energy structure in the existing places and see how to improve this. So, if you feel that you want to bring more harmony to life, to understand the strong sides of your house and to enhance them for your benefit, if you want to understand why things stuck in life and how to change them, you are welcome to a one-to-one consultation with me. And I will help you to understand how the space of your house affects you and how we can tune in with its frequencies to bring more harmony into your life. I will need your house plan, and we'll ask for a few more things like videos, your address. I will instruct you exactly what to send me. And you don't have to worry that you will discover negative impacts of energies in your house and will not be able to change this, and it just will stay with this bad feeling. No, the purpose of the meeting is to find out the strong sides of the house, to learn how to enhance the effect, how to improve things in your life, your career, your creativity, your mental well-being. Because there are always things that we can change. Sometimes it's enough just to move a bedside table from the central area to improve relationships as we open our hearts more. So don't worry. But, of course, you have to be ready to change things because you work with energy zones and the vibrations are so dominant that if you expect just to improve things by picture on the wall, no, we need to make physical changes. And yes, not always we can make big changes, but even a small one can have a huge impact on our lives. And the consultation is online. We work on one floor for up to 100 meters, and all the details, prices are just below this video. As you finish watching, you will see the big button right there. So you can contact me for the meeting, but please know that I cannot make more than 3 consultations in a week, and my calendar is filling up very fast. So if you want it soon, contact me now, as we can make an appointment as soon as possible. And also don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions or inquiries. And if you want more than a consultation, such as house calculation for the construction, working with your architect or renovation plan according to Vastu, commercial places, choosing the most beneficial plot for the house, all these services are also available. And you will have a button to my WhatsApp. Contact me to make an appointment. I will just ask you a few questions to make sure that my service fits you first. And if you have everything that I need and I see that it fits, we can start. grateful for giving me the opportunity to introduce you to the magical world of Vastu and Vedic wisdom. I believe that this short video will inspire you and will change your perspective to be more conscious about the space around us. And I'm sure we are going to meet one day, and you can follow me on Instagram also. I'm posting there daily tips and explaining a lot of things. Also, I'm very available there, so you're always welcome to ask me general questions about Vastu, yoga, meditation. Have a great day. Namaste.